So today we're going to look at a scenario where civilization starts over. We're now on episode 11 of the series. In the last episode, there was some expansion over into Arabia and stuff, and in Southeast Asia as well. And I think this happened in the last episode, and Pakistan appeared. But there's going to be more wars and more stuff happening, as well as through Central Asia. And in this episode, there's going to be a discovery of Central Asia and Mongolia, completely encircling the Himalayan mountains. So first, Crimea, or Ukraine, begins discovering land, and now the entire Black Sea is known about. And they're gonna try and change their borders. They decided to try and change their borders off of it. And yeah, it will look something like this. And Greece decides to expand up the Black Sea coast, and they now border Crimea again. Now pretty much explorers from Azerbaijan and Caspia now discover the entire Caspian Sea. And yeah, so now Caspia is gonna pretty much, is now gonna be pretty much taking a good portion. They really need to take out Azerbaijan and take their coast in order to take the entire Caspian coast. And yeah, eventually they decide to split this end with Azerbaijan, which they then expand upwards. And yeah, pretty much Caspia is now big, I guess. But Iraq is now gonna be going out and expanding the borders up to here. And well, now this country that was literally the worst plan to put their capital right there, because now Iraq is coming after them. They march in and they quickly take the capital as well as the major cities, followed by the Red Country also joining in the war, making it over here, as well as Syria also joining the war, taking this land and also the major cities. And yeah, eventually Egypt decides to take the remaining rest. So the country will be now partitioned up because of its neighbours, which yeah. So its first part. So first do peace treaty Iraq. Well, I might as well skip. Just do peace treaty right here. No, not that. And Syria actually does not want that major city, so Egypt gets it. And the country is partitioned. And now, well, yeah. Iraq expands. Egypt expands. Basically, Arabia expands, and as well, Syria expands. So one less Arabian country, and well, Yemen is going to be funding some rebels which aren't in. But some rebels want to join Yemen in the Somalian part, which they break out. And yeah, but they fail. No, this is not the call of Somalia from Alton's Wicklow. I just got this call. And since that didn't work, Yemen decides to invade Somalia. And they take out their Arabian colony as well as making a landing on the African coast. So yeah, they will decide to make a peace treaty in which Somalia will rejoin, which will be a pretty short border thing. Yemen gains a ton of land doing this and this, which angers Somalia, but they can't do anything about it yet. So there's then exploration down Somalia's coast. And yeah, as well as Yemen doing so. And Somalia's gonna grow greatly. And yeah, they grow and they are now more powerful than Yemen. Yemen decides to expand this colony. And yeah, they expand it up Eritrea. And yeah, this exploration does well. But then there's gonna be more exploration being by Morocco, which starts discovering the coast. And also discovers these islands. And yeah, eventually this much is discovered, but they can't discover the Sahara, which ships from the Iberian Pact being by Catalonia and Galicia discover down the coast. And speaking by the Iberian Pact, there's gonna be some new alliances. And also I might do the power rankings. But first of all, there's a square alliance which will be established by the red team, the blue team, and surprisingly enough, Ukraine. Yeah. And yeah, by now Britain already has been discovered. The red team has just decided to focus away from it another time. But the Dutch also discovered a portion of Scandinavia, which then the Red Team will manage, or Normandy will take all of Great Britain and Ireland, as well as the Blue Team send a colony up in southern Scandinavia, and they also take this island, for taking over Denmark. Poland has done nothing since it's been invaded, and they are gonna decide to do something, which is discover more European lands. Yeah, eventually a good portion of Europe has already been discovered. And there is going to be a conference held in none other, in Ukraine's capital, where they will divide up this land. So first of all, in this conference, the Blue Team gets this much armed. The Green Team gets the Green Team don't even decide to go into the conference since they are happy with the land they got. Poland will get a heck ton of land. They get all this, as well as some more. Greece will also get a ton of land, being all of this. And yeah, they expand, I guess. And well, yeah, sure. Just one single pixel to mess up the whole thing. And Greece gets this much. And that's it for the conference. We've also Poland then expands and decides to set an official border. And something like this. Because now they are in the Polish area, and Greece literally owns all of the Balkans. So now the Greens. So yeah, now there's gonna be an invasion happening. First of all, the invasion is happening over here in Arabia, and it is by Egypt who decides to declare war on this guy. And yeah, they quickly take a major city in Cyprus. And yeah, not only the Egyptians, the Greeks as well, as they quickly take back their old lands. And yeah, the occupation looks something like this, because the country's now going to be divided up between their two giant neighbors. And the point where they will be divided up will be here. Please expanding again, I guess. this time into one nation, and they get back Cyprus. And yeah, might as well just India, because they cease to exist because Egypt takes all the Lebanese area. And there is now going to be a line team, since this technically isn't a line team, I guess. So first of all, what we're talking about at the beginning of the video, there's mass exploration which happens over here, and some people are going to continue, and eventually they discover a lot of land, and yeah, they take Lake Baikal, I think it's called. Boom, they now settle over here in Baikal. And yeah, decide to set their official borders, so they're not just a lake. I guess a country which border encompasses just a lake. And yeah, but some people are still gonna continue on, this time over here, and they keep continuing and continuing. But then there's some people which then decide to continue. Well, they decide to explore and yeah, these people which are exploring quickly now meet up with these people, or the explorers. And yeah, that was mass exploration. And yeah, China also does a lot of expanding. Until now, well, they get to the Himalayas, which looks something like this. Very massive. And yeah, that's how much of the world has been discovered, and yeah, there's gonna be a ton more nations here. First of all, Persia and Pakistan decide to expand. Oh, this is what happened to Persia, and Pakistan decides to expand to look like this, I guess. This Gujarat country has not done anything since it became, well, a country. So they will do something by expanding, now becoming the second strongest country on this subcontinent. And yeah, they decided to work things out with Pakistan. Because they don't need this land anymore, so they give it over to Pakistan. And yeah, there's now gonna be a division of this land. So first Gujarat, boom, they expand. civilization, India expands. And then, this Indian nation also expands. Red Indian nation, I really like that color. Oh, it's like a dark red, but not like this dark red. Like, kinda in between, I guess. And there's gonna be a new nation. Which will be born. And it will be looking like this. And the same thing with Bangladesh also expanding. They expand up north. But they also then tried to expand down this coast. And yeah, now they border this river, which they decide to, well, make that their river border. And they won't expand past that river. Greece now expanding here where Caucasia is. Yeah, they expand. And now they border Caspia. This remaining area now is taken by Azerbaijan. Because now there's more nations. And China decides to also expand. They expand greatly. And Korea also now they now expand Korea. Expanding up to here. And this country also expands up here. But they don't decide to go up into where Siberia would be. But now there's gonna be a new country. And yeah, there's gonna be a new country where Russia would normally be. And this country would basically be, well, Russia. I'll get this way off as soon as now. Is now isn't because now is now a Russian country which will form it forms up here. And yeah. And now it looks like this. And I'm now gonna place cities and capitals for these countries. First of all, Russia will have its in what would be Moscow. And then we're going to do these other new nations. With this nation, for example, will have its around the river. And then this one will have its right here. Well, they don't expand. The Bible says they do, but no, they don't. Anyways, now we go. Let's see more and more countries. First, let's get over to here where there's some people who get to where Finland would be because this is the age of mass exploration. And there will be like this kind of colored country, and yeah, it will expand and look like something like this. They also take the Estonian islands, as well as making a landmark here in over here in Sweden. And yeah, take the area. And yeah, is now part of Finland. Right, capital. Finland's capital will be right here. And yeah. But anyway, power rankings now. Because I haven't done them in a bit. If I can click the right way. There's number 1 is Greece. Number 2 is Normandy. 3 is China. Number 4 is the Dutch. 5 is Galicia. 6 in Korea. 7 is gonna be India. 8 is surprisingly going to be Carthage. Just kidding. And actually, we're gonna have Poland. 9 is going to be Catalonia. And 10 is Spain. 10 is Spain. That's the power rankings. But the final event is expansion into Persia. As first, Caspia expands now. It looks like this. Persia also decides to expand up. And now they bought the Caspian as they do Great expand. And they now look like this. And they're now in the top 20. And now this is going to be a final event as well. Greece invading Ukraine. So Greece invades Ukraine. Greek troops make an offensive. And that will do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching. And this is my best episode. This is my longest episode yet. I've been recording 32 minutes, and I hope you enjoyed it. In the next episode, there could be the discovery of the Americas, maybe, but maybe after expansion. But anyways, bye.